All right, welcome back everyone for our second session. Today we're diving deep into something I like to call your brain's unique OS, its operating system. We're gonna look at how it's wired, what makes it different, and why that difference can actually be a powerful advantage. Ready? Let's go.
Okay, let's kick things off with a simple question. Think about it. Is your brain a Mac or a PC? Now, there's no right answer, right? One isn't better than the other. They just run on completely different operating systems. And that's exactly how we're going to look at the dyslexic brain. It's not broken, it's not faulty, it's just a different OS. And as we'll see, a really powerful one at that.
So this whole explainer is about getting under the hood of that unique OS. We're going to explore its features, its quirks, and, its hidden strengths. And the best place to start is with one key idea: processing. Okay, so what is processing? Well, think of it like your brain's personal Wi-Fi signal. For some people, that signal is super strong, full bars, connects instantly. But for someone with dyslexia, that Wi-Fi might just work a little differently. Maybe it takes a bit more conscious effort to connect, to download and use information, especially for all those little tasks that other people's brains seem to do on autopilot. All right, let's be real. Every single operating system, whether it's on your phone or your laptop, has its quirks, right? Its little bugs. So let's dive into some of the common glitches you might find in the dyslexic OS, and we'll do it in a way that's super relatable. First up, reading. For a lot of people, words on a page just click, it's automatic. But with dyslexia, it can feel like you're trying to decode a secret message. Every word takes a little bit of conscious effort to unlock. And you can imagine, after a long day of reading through manuals or a mountain of emails, that's exhausting. It's not about not focusing, it's that your brain is just working that much harder. And then there's spelling. Oh, spelling. Sometimes it feels like it's just following its own set of creative, free-spirited rules. A classic feature of this OS is inconsistency. You might spell a word perfectly 1 minute, and then an hour later, your brain decides to spell it a totally different way. It's a real thing. I love this quote. My brain spells it how it feels, okay? It just hits the nail on the head, doesn't it? It's not about being lazy or not caring. It's literally just how that brain decided to process and retrieve that word in that specific moment. It's a processing difference. That's it. Okay, let's talk about memory, specifically that working memory that you need all day. You ever have that feeling like you're trying to hold water in your hands? Someone gives you a few instructions, and by the time you're thinking about step 2, step 1 has just poof, slipped right through your fingers. That's what it can feel like. If you don't get it written down, it can just vanish. And yeah, there are a few other common glitches. Sometimes there's a slower startup time. Processing takes a second longer. Juggling deadlines and appointments, that can feel like a total mess because organizing and sequencing tasks can be a real challenge. Oh, and my favorite, trying to listen and take notes at the same time. It's like trying to watch 2 different movies at once. Pretty much impossible. So this is super important. It's all about perception versus reality. What someone sees on the outside isn't always what's actually going on inside. You might see someone rereading an email and think they're slow, but what's really happening? They're decoding complex text. You hear someone ask for instructions again and might think they weren't listening. The reality? They're trying to grab that info before it slips away. It's all about looking past the surface to see the hard work happening underneath. Okay, we've talked about the glitches, but here's where things get really, really cool. Because every unique OS comes with its own suite of powerful, exclusive apps that come pre-installed. And trust me, these aren't bugs, these are features, serious features. And I'm not just talking about little perks, these are legitimate workplace superpowers. So many people with dyslexia are brilliant visual and practical thinkers. What does that mean? It means they see the world and they solve problems from a totally different angle, an angle that a lot of other people completely miss. Just look at this suite of pre-install apps. We're talking big picture vision, creative problem solving, hands-on mastery. These are not just nice to have skills. These are the high demand skills that employers are looking for right now. That ability to see the whole chessboard instead of just the next piece, that's a game changer. And for a lot of people, the dyslexic OS comes with these skills factory installed. Okay, so you've got this awesome, powerful OS. How do you make sure it's running at peak performance in the workplace? Easy. You use cheat codes. Let's talk about some simple, practical hacks to get your system running smoothly. Now, some people call these reasonable adjustments, but honestly, I just think of them as smart strategies, like using a digital calendar or a reminder app. That's not a crutch, that's just being efficient. Asking for meeting slides beforehand, Smart. Breaking a huge project into smaller chunks, that's just good project management. This isn't about lowering the bar, it's about giving yourself the right tools to clear it with room to spare. And this is the thing you absolutely have to remember. It's not about changing the job, it's about removing the barriers. The whole point of these cheat codes is to clear the path so that your actual skills, your knowledge, and yeah, your superpowers can shine through. Okay, let's wrap this up by talking about the real bottom line. Why does any of this actually matter? Not just for you, but for your whole team. It all comes down to one simple, powerful truth. Confidence transforms performance, period. When you're in a workplace where your unique OS is understood, where it's supported, where you can ask for what you need without feeling weird about it, your confidence just skyrockets. And when that happens, your real talents finally get the spotlight they deserve. So let's do a quick recap of the key takeaways. First, dyslexia is a different way of processing. It's not a deficit. Second, it's a mix of challenges and unique strengths. Third, those smart strategies, those cheat codes unlock massive potential. And finally, a supportive team, that is the ultimate performance booster. It's all about understanding, strategy, and support. So I want to leave you with this question. Think about it. Every single person, every brain on your team brings something unique to the table. So whether you have dyslexia or not, I want you to ask yourself, what unique superpower do you bring to the team? Thanks so much for joining me.